Alright, hello and welcome to another predictions video. It is the League Two, EFL League Two predictions video, the lowest tier in English football. Obviously, it doesn't go into non-league, the lowest professional footballing English tier. Before we go with this, obviously in FIFA, you can't have it so that teams get relegated from League Two to the conference. That will change next year. Thank fuck. That'll be fun next year to do a National League Road to Glory. We'll see what happens with that in due time. But as I said, in League Two, you can't get relegated teams. So Grimsby are still here and Southend are still here. But what we're going to do, for Grimsby, we're going to say it's Hartlepool. And for Southend, we're going to say it's Sutton United. So that's an easy fix. Obviously, it doesn't quite go alphabetically because Sutton United will be before Stevenage, but we move. That's how we're going to do it because, honestly, I don't really know how else to do it. And, yeah. So if you see Grimsby or Southend, I'm sorry Grimsby and Southend fans to rub this in, but FIFA haven't changed it, and I don't know how to change it. I don't have a live editor because I'm not a PC, so this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to just kind of muck it for now, because FIFA 22 isn't out till next month, or potentially a month after. I don't actually know the release date, but what I do know is that we're going to do the League 2 predictions without any further ado. I'm going to base some of this off last year's table, but I know a smidgen more about League 2 than I do about League 1, so I don't know. We're kicking off though with Barrow. They were in the conference a couple of years ago. I know it's called the National League, but I'm so used to calling it a conference. If I say conference, it's not the European Conference, which is the obviously tournament for the Premier League teams that finish like 6th, 7th sort of area. When I say conference, I mean National League. I'm going to have to try and get to the run of saying National League. That's what I mean, just for clarification at the start. As well, before I do start, I know I should already start now, we're 2 minutes in. If you don't understand where I'm positioning all these teams, or if it doesn't make a lot of sense, there will be a Google document in the description showing where I'm putting these teams, showing the full table, and you guys can browse that if you're interested. But anyway, we're going to start because we've been going on long enough here at the start of this video. Barrow to kick off the predictions, and they finished 21st last season, and it's hard for me to say this one because Barrow are one of those underdog teams that you want to see do well in League 2, but I hate to say it, they're going back down to the National League. I'm sorry, boys. I don't think you're going to be bottom. I don't think that's going to happen. There's going to be one team below you, but I do think you're going back down. I don't think you're going to... You only survived last season by 5 points. I think that difference will show, because Sutton United are coming up strong. I can't remember who else is coming up. Was it Hartlepool? They're coming up strong. They've done well on their first day, to be fair, with Hartlepool. Sutton as well. Good performances from both. And I just don't see Barrow outperforming them. So, sorry Barrow. 23rd for you, lads. Up next, before that happens though, founded in 1901, Barrow is based in Barrow, in fairness. They currently compete in EFL League Two, the 4th tier in the Football League system of England. Up next, oh my god, why? Why do you have to be next already? I need more time to think about this one. My old local team, Bradford City. This is a difficult one because obviously there's the bias there from my point of view. There's the whole journey I did last year's game with them in career mode, but you know what? Fuck it. Bradford City playoffs. They're not gonna make it by far. 7th place, playoffs for Bradford City. Now, a lot of this has come from bias, but actually they've strengthened their team quite well. They've got a new manager who I think can lift them up a bit further. And I want to see him back up near the top. Can you hear that wind? If you can, I'll have to close my windows. It's a very strong wind, actually. But yeah, I'll close my window quickly. Apologies. Although it actually is almost closed. But anyway, Bradford City has got a lot of bias in their prediction here because they're my old local team. My grandparents support them. I bloody love them. But yeah, playoffs. Whether they win the playoffs, yet to be seen. But I think they'll rise. I know they finished 15th last year, but I don't know what happened that season. I just don't think they were fully aware. One of those seasons where they were just like not performing to their full ability. And this year I think they will. This year I think they'll make the playoffs. And I'll probably predict them to win them because of bias. But I will see. We'll see down the line. Bristol Rovers. Now this is an interesting team because they got relegated last year. I can't remember if they were rock bottom. I'm going to have to check quickly. Give me a moment. Why is it when you try and Google something, you decide, oh, you want to Google something else? They did finish rock bottom, and they were 5 points adrift of 23rd. Which is why they'll win the league. No, I'm joking. But I don't think they'll get up at the first time of asking. They won't get back up at the first time of asking. I don't think they'll be far off, but I don't think they'll get back up at the first time of asking. I think Bristol Rovers, season of just consolidation, figuring out what they need to do to get back into League One, and then next year they'll probably do it. I'm going to say 9th for Bristol Rovers. No. Again, if you come to this channel for insights on the players and how they've strengthened their squads, how the squads have been weakened by potential signings from other teams, I have no idea. A lot of this is just guesswork. And if I get any of them right, it's a bloody miracle. So we'll see down the line. I'll try and get it so I can react to it and it'll actually not be a mess. But we'll see come May whether I complete that. But anyway, up next we have got... Actually, hold on. Founded in 1883, Bristol Rovers is based in Bristol. They currently compete in League Two. Up next we've got Carlisle. Now, that's actually one of the closest teams in the league to me. Obviously, I live in Scotland. Carlisle's pretty much on the border. A couple of miles away from the border. I don't know what it's got to do with anything. But I think they'll have another season where they're just going to be solid. They're not going to get playoffs. They're not going to get promoted. I think they're going to have another solid season. And I know you might be saying, well, you put Bradford up there and they weren't that great last year. And they finished 5 points, or 5 positions, I should say, below Bradford City. I don't think the people who are talking to me about this would start so much like I have. But Bradford City finished 5 positions below Carlisle. And I predicted them to go playoffs. Carlisle, I'm just saying they're going to get 10th again. I think they're going to stay in the same position. And I apologise, Carlisle fans, if you're expecting playoffs. But I'm a biased fan here. So I apologise. And also, I don't know. I just don't see them going up to League One. And I'm sorry for that. I know they were in League One a few years back. But I think we've kind of got themselves a League Two staple now. It's not the worst thing, because at least you're not going down to the National League. I went to Colchester already, and I forgot to read the description. Founded in 1904, Carlisle United is based in Carlisle. They currently compete in League Two. To be honest, a lot of these descriptions are going to be the same, aren't they? So, yeah. Well, maybe we'll not read them. Up next is Colchester, though, and this is a team that annoyed the fuck out of me in career mode on my first season with Bradford City because they were just so strong. But in real life, a contrast, because they finished 20th. 20th in League Two. They were only 6 points off becoming a National League side. Now, I thought they were going to do a lot better because of how they did on the video game, obviously. But I just thought they were going to do better. I think they've got some good names that I recognise. Hold on, let me just check their squad. It's the first time I've actually checked the squad of one of these lower teams. They've got Gherkin in net, who's strong. They've got Hanant. They've got Frank Noble. They've got Freddie Sears. They've got quite a good squad for League Two. Although, to be fair, looking at this, it's not the deepest of squads. Only 18 players in the Colchester team. And if they don't extend or add to that, then it will be a hard season for them in terms of stamina, in terms of player fitness. And if injuries come in, it'll be even worse, because we'll have a lot of players to fall back on. But that being said, they do have the quality, They won't finish 20th. They'll rise up a bit. I'm not going to say they're going to do a Bradford and go to playoffs. What I am going to say is, let me just figure this out. 15th. It'll be a comfortable season for them. And I don't know. I'll get this wrong and get relegated, watch. But I just think Colchester have the quality to get a bit higher in the league than they currently are. Or not currently are, but were last season. Crawley up next. And I've decided I'm just going to ban off the descriptions. I'm not going to read them. There's no point, because they're all just the same at this kind of level. I'll read the Premier League ones, so when we get to Premier League predictions. Crawley Town. The team who stole Man United's nickname, unless they got it first, in which case we stole theirs. But either way, Crawley Town finished last season mid-table, smack bang in 12th. They were in League One for a bit. I think they got... In fact, I say for a bit, I think they were in League One for a season, got put straight back down. But I think they're going to rise one place. They're going to finish in 11th. Like I said, not an absolute lot of insight goes into this. It's more guesswork. Once we get to the Premier League, I'll maybe know a bit more, and we can guess off of that. But down this end of football, it's the knowledge isn't fully there. Up next, though, we've got Exeter City. Now, they had a decent season last season, finishing 9th. And what I'm going to say, it's the second bold prediction of the video. I think they're finishing playoffs. I've got a good feeling about them. They seem to play well on their first day. And, yeah, I'm going to put them in 6th. I'm not going to put them way up. I'm putting them above Bradford, which is quite painful, because I don't really want to put anybody above Bradford. If I was being biased, they'd win the league. But I can't be biased that much. I think putting them in playoffs is biased enough, really. But either or, I think Exeter are going to be a surprise package this season. My window's barely open, and yet the wind's still blowing in like a gale. Hold on, guys. I apologise for this. I thought it wouldn't be as windy as it was yesterday, and because my window's open, that'd be fine. But apparently it's decided, let's just blow an absolute gale today for no reason. So let me just close the window. You'll probably be able to hear it. Organisation is something that's not on this channel, so I apologise if you wanted an organised YouTuber. This is not he. Anyway, Exeter, like I said, have been put in 6th place. And we'll move on to the next team, which is Forest Green. Now, another team who did well last year. And bold prediction again. It's going to be full of bold predictions, this one. Forest Green finishing 6th last year in the playoffs. Didn't win the playoffs. I think they were in the final, I believe. They were in the final against Morecambe. And they lost. Okay, well, I believe I'm an idiot because it was actually Newport that were in the final against Morecambe, and they lost. But I am going to go a couple of steps further with Forest Green. I'm saying automatic promotion, 3rd place. I just feel like there's a good vibe from them. I've not really got a lot of thought into why they're going to finish 3rd. I just feel like there's a good vibe there, and I just feel like they're going to be even more of a surprise package than some of the teams I've said. So this is an interesting one because Forest Green actually don't have a location called Forest Green. Founded in 1889, Forest Green Rovers is based in Nailsworth and they compete in League Two. So now it prompts me to fucking wonder where Nailsworth is. Gloucestershire. Okay, way off. Cotswolds area. So sort of near Gloucester, I guess. Anyway, up next after Forest Green we have got... it says Grimsby, but we've got Hartlepool. Now, Hartlepool came through from the National League, I believe, in the playoffs. And I don't... Oh, it's a mixed one because they had such a good start to the season. They had the first game, which was really good. I believe they won it. I don't know if they'll be able to keep the momentum up. I can't speak English. Either way, for Hartlepool... I'm going to say they will survive, but not by a lot. I'm going to say 21st. I'm not going to a lot of insight to Hartlepool. But usually, it seems to be that the National League teams that come up, they don't go straight back down. They usually stay around for a couple of years, then go back down. or they just have a run of form and go up. It's weird. But anyway, I can't read this because it says Grimsby Town founded in whatever. But I don't. I know this is off topic because Grimsby aren't in the league anymore. But why are Grimsby Town not in Grimsby? Like, why are they in Cleethorpes? Up next, though, Harrogate Town. And I've got a connection to this based on the fact that A, I live somewhat near them, and B, I've been watching a Road to Glory all year of someone doing a Harrogate Town career mode, and I want to see him succeed. But they finished last year at 17th, and I think they're going to drop a couple of places. I've not really got reasoning behind any of these. It's just a feeling, really, more than anything. I'm basing it partly off the last season's table and partly a feeling in my waters. I think they're going to drop down to 19th. They'll survive, and it'll be quite comfortable, but it won't be anything too special this season. And to be fair, that's good for Harrogate. They're staying in league football. They're not going down to non-league, which is a good prediction. Up next, Leyton Orient. Oh no. I'm looking at the table from last year. They finished 11th. I have some horrible feeling. I'm not going to put them there. But I just have some horrible feeling that Leyton Orient are going to get relegated back to the conference, back to the National League. I don't want to back it because it'll be wrong. I'm not going to put them there, but look back at this video in 9 months' time, and if they get relegated, I said it first. That being said, I don't have the bottle to put them down there based off last season's results because they finished 11th. They lost more than they won in 11th, but I've got a horrible feeling. I'm not going to put them there because there's probably another team that's worse, and there will be as I go along here. But I'm going to put them. Oh my god, it's a difficult one. I'm going to put them 14th. I know it kind of goes against everything I've said, but I didn't realise I finished 11th last year, which is kind of why my influence has been changed on that one. But if they do finish in relegation and they get relegated, come back to this video. I will come back to this video personally, and I will say that I said it first. Alright. Up next, Mansfield. Now, this was another one I was tempted to put down in the relegation zone. And they finished 16th last year. I don't know. Because Mansfield, from what I've seen on FIFA anyway, I'm basing some of this off FIFA. I'm going to look at their squad actually on real life. Oh, they've got a goalkeeper from Man United. They're winning the league. Easy. Just for the record. I am joking. They aren't winning the league. But they do have a strong-ish squad. A couple of players I do know, which shows it's something. I think they're going to go for another season of consolidation. Whoa, my voice is going. Another season of consolidation in League Two. They finished 16th last year. I'm going to back them to finish in the exact same position. Except I'm not going to... Wait, hold on. Did I count right? I didn't count right. Yeah, I'm going to put them in the exact same position. I thought I put Colchester in 16th. I actually put them in 15th. Yeah, I think it's going to be another season of consolidation. They've got a good enough squad to not get relegated, but they need a few more additions if they're going to mount at least a top half of the table charge rather than the playoff charge. Up next, Newport County. The surprise package, in my opinion, of last year. And I don't think they're going to do it again. Just plain and simple. I don't think they're going to do it again. I don't really want to predict them falling too far. But I think at the end of the day, it was a bit of a shock when Newport got in to not only the playoffs, but the playoff finals. And it was so close to getting to League One. But it's just, it's just a vibe I'm getting off it. I don't feel like they'll do it again. They did start the season with a win over Oldham, which is fair play to them. Kevin Ellison getting a late winner in that one. But I don't see Kevin Ellison being able to deliver the goods all season. And I think there's going to be a bit of a slip. It's not going to be a complete fall from grace, but they're still in the top half, but I'm going to put them 12th. 12th place for Newport. Now, sorry if I'm wrong, and they go on and actually get promoted to League One this year, and I've just fucked it completely. I just don't see them doing it again. I don't see them replicating it. Up next, Northampton. Now, this is a team I do see succeeding in League Two this year. They got relegated in 23rd last year in League One. They seem to be a bit of a yo-yo team from what I've seen as well. But I think they're going to go back up. And at the expense of Bradford City, I think they're going to go back up because I'm putting them 4th. Northampton will be in the playoffs alongside Exeter and Bradford City currently. And Northampton will... It might be a Northampton-Bradford final in the playoff final. We'll see. But I think Northampton will take it. And I hate to say it, because I love Bradford. But Northampton are going to take it. We'll come around to it when I get to the playoff prediction era. Or not era, but area. Words are difficult for me, alright? I can't English. But come May or April kind of time, once the playoffs have been decided, we'll make those predictions. And if Northampton are in there, they're probably going to win them. Up next, Oldham Athletic. About as middle of the road as I think you can probably get, in my opinion. I just don't think that they're going to ever get out of League Two. But on the contrasting side, I don't think they'll ever get relegated out of League Two from the other end. I don't think they'll ever get out from top or bottom. I think they'll just be always that mid-table side. Last season, they finished 18th. I'm going to put them one place up in 17th. They did lose on the first day. I believe it's to Newport, like I was just talking about. But unless I've got the team wrong and I've just completely blanked on that. But yeah, I think they're going to one place up. They're going to consolidate again. Safe 17th for Oldham. Up next, Port Vale. Now this is a tricky one because they obviously would perform in career mode, and I can base some of these off career mode. I'm not gonna lie. Not fully. They're not. It's not like probably about 10% of my decision goes from career mode. The rest of it goes from just how I'm feeling about them and based on their position last year. Last year they did finish 13th, and coincidentally the 13th spot is open. But I think they're going to rise a bit. I think they're going to finish 8th, just below Bradford City. They're going to finish in that death spot between playoffs and mid-table. They're just going to finish right below Bradford City. It's going to be a close run thing. 2 points, I think, will separate Bradford and Port Vale. I think they're going to rise up a bit, but I don't think they'll rise enough to get to League One. Up next, we have got Rochdale. Now, a tricky customer are Rochdale, because they, in the past, you feel like the more League Two team, the League One team, or personally, I feel like they're more a League Two team than League One team. Obviously, fans of the club will probably want to be League One, and maybe neutrals will have differing opinions. But I just think Rochdale, they are going to get to the playoffs. They're going to occupy that last spot that I haven't filled yet. But I just don't know if they have the quality to go back up at to League One at the first time of asking, which is why I'm putting them in 5th place. My counting is atrocious. I don't think they'll win the playoffs. I just think they'll have another season where they're close back up to League One, and then maybe the next season after this one they might get back up. I don't know. I just feel like I see them personally more of a League Two team than a League One team. Now we're here for it. We're here for bold predictions. This is going to be another one. And this is a very, very bold one. Salford are going to win the league. And I know I said this about a team earlier. It wasn't Bradford City. It was another team that I said earlier as a joke. But Salford, I'm deadly serious, are going to win the league. They've been in the League Two for long enough now. They have the quality. They have the management. They have the money to be in League One. And I think this is their year. And I'm probably way off. They'll finish fucking ninth again. Like they did last, sorry, eighth, like last year. But I have gone for a bold prediction. Whether it pays off, we shall see. Up next, Scottthorpe. Now these, what a fall from grace Scottthorpe have had. It's really, really difficult to play Scottthorpe because they have been in the league for a while now. They were in League One and in the Championship within the last sort of decade, I guess. But they've fallen. They have fallen from grace. And last year they were literally 3 points off being a National League team. That's how close it was. I don't think it will come that close this year. I think Scottthorpe will finish 20th. But they're going to have to improve to get back to where they were in terms of League One and Championship kind of quality. And a part of me feels like maybe they will fall into the National League. But I think they're just good enough to avoid that. Up next, it says Southend. This is Sutton United that we're going to be placing here. And I know. People want a story here with Sutton United to keep them up, to have them do really well and survive. And maybe they will. But that's not what I've predicted. I'm saying Sutton go straight back down to the National League in 24th. It will be close. It'll be probably 3 points between 22nd, who haven't decided yet, and Sutton United, who are at the bottom. I'm sorry, Sutton. I want to believe in you, but I think you got a point in your first game, if I'm not mistaken. It didn't seem convincing, though, in my opinion. Forest Green beat you, and then you actually just lost to Cardiff in the EFL Cup the other day as well. I don't see you pulling off anything special. I'm sorry. I know that might sound like a dim view for a new promoted team, and earlier I was talking about Hartlepool, staying up, because not a lot of National League teams that come up go back down at the first time of asking. I know it's a negative view, but I'm sorry, Sutton, I just don't see you surviving. Up next, Stevenage. Stevenage are another kind of run-of-the-mill, mid-table sort of team. Just keep them there. I don't really see them doing much sort of team. And that is why they're going to finish. They're going to finish one place above last year. Don't get me wrong. They will finish one place above. They're going to finish 13th. Now, I don't see them get back to League One like they were. They've fallen, and I think they've just decided we'll stay in League Two. I don't think they've actually decided that. I think the other teams have decided that for them. But I just see them more League Two than the League One that they were in for a wee bit, in my opinion. Swindon Town. Now, this is a tricky one, because most of the table is now full. I've only got 22nd and 18th. But the thing is, I've also still got 2nd, and that's where they're going to finish. Swindon Town, straight to make a return, back up to League One. Promotion. They won't win the league because I've gone for Salford for that. And I apologise for the last two teams, who I'm going to rank quite low here. But maybe they deserve it. I can't remember who the last two teams are. I know one's Walsall, but I can't remember who the other team is. But either way, it's going to be a re-promotion straight away. Oh. This is who the other team is. I may have fucked it, boys. I may have fucked it. Right. Well, I know I said I wasn't going to change the table after I'd written it down, but this may be an exception to the rule. Tranmere Rovers. Last year they finished 7th, just in playoffs. And like I said, the positions I have left are 18th and 22nd. Now, I just don't think I just don't think that it's going to be that much of a fall from grace for Tranmere. I don't think they're going to get playoffs again. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it's going to be that much of a fall from grace. So what I'm going to do, I've written them in the 18th spot. I'm going to draw an arrow up to where I think they will finish. I think they're going to finish here. So obviously you can't see that. But the arrow I've put them in 11th. So it's a couple of positions to fall, but it's not a big position fall. And every team below them will obviously fall down a place. And yeah, sorry for that. My brain doesn't really work. So this is probably an important time to remind you to look at the Google document for my full final table, because I didn't realise that Tranmere were one that I don't know. I don't know why I forgot about Tranmere, realistically. But they will finish a bit higher than what I have got left on my sheet here. I think they'll finish 11th. Which means everyone's getting pushed down. Carlisle will go down to 12th, Newport down to 13th, Stevenage 14th, Orient 15th, Colchester 16th, Mansfield 17th, Oldham 18th, Tranmere are in 11th, like I said, Harrogate 19th, Scottthorpe 20th, Hartlepool 21st. Yeah, that's right. So down to Oldham, they'll all fall down a place. Now, final team, we know it's Walsall, and they're gonna survive. Like I said, it's going to be a 3-point gap between them and Sutton at the bottom, but they will survive. Obviously, 22nd is the last place, but I wouldn't be surprised if somehow some team that you expect to survive will end up in the bottom 2, just purely because League 2 is quite an unpredictable league. The Championship gets all this hype for being an unpredictable league. League 2 is not predictable either, by any stretch, and I think that Walsall will finish bottom 3. They'll finish 22nd, and that is all I've got to say about that. So that is the end of the League 2 predictions. I messed it up a little bit with Tranmere, so if I tell you what I'll do, I'll go over them, I'll just say them now out loud in order of what I've put them. But of course there's a Google document at the bottom as well. Just to not confuse things though, for this one in particular, I'm just going to read them out. So Salford first, Swindon second, Forest Green third, Northampton 4th, Rochdale 5th, Exeter 6th, Bradford City 7th, Port Vale 8th, Bristol 9th, Bristol Rovers I should say, sorry Bristol City fans, Carlisle 10th, Tranmere 11th, Crawley 12th, Newport 13th, Stevenage 14th, Leyton Orient 15th, Colchester 16th, Mansfield 17th, Oldham 18th, Harrogate 19th, Scottthorpe 20th, Hartlepool 21st, Walsall 22nd, Barrow 23rd, and Sutton 24th. So that is the League 2 table. Of course, if you haven't understood where I've put them yet, and I understand if you haven't because it's a bit of a disorganised mess, there will be a Google document in the description. Take a read of that and you'll see where to finish. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the League 2 predictions, and I'll see you soon for whatever comes next. Bye for now.